Nate was born in California. 2 years after he was born, his parents gave birth to another boy. His brother, Charlie, was born with Down syndrome. From this experience, Nate learned to be tender-hearted rather than tough-minded. When Nate got to middle school, he was constantly bullied for being too smart. As a result, he learned to be submissive rather than forceful. Eventually, Nate's parents got divorced because of their constant fighting. Nate now had to adjust to his new lifestyle. He learned flexibility as opposed to being attached to the familiar. To cope with his sadness and depression, Nate begins to get into drugs. Being under the influence so often caused him to be more spontaneous rather than restrained and uninhibited rather than cautious. After several difficult months, Nate finds it in himself to give up his use of drugs as an escape from reality. Rather than being dependent, Nate was now self-sufficient. His junior year into high school, Nate wanted a girlfriend. He began to put himself out there, and therefore he learned to be outgoing as opposed to shy. When college acceptances come out, Nate finds out that he was offered admission into UCLA, his dream school. He became confident rather than skeptical. In college, Nate applies for an internship at Google, and to his surprise, he is chosen. He now felt he had some control over his life. While working at Google, Nate came up with a very modern, cutting-edge layout for a new Google app. His ability to think outside of the box makes him more imaginative and abstract. Nate's former girlfriend, now wife, was caught cheating on him with his best friend. Nate was then reluctant to open up to people, making him suspicious and discreet rather than open and trusting. Nate's mother was diagnosed with breast cancer at 50 years old. The constant awaiting of her test results made him impatient versus relaxed. Nate has been clean ever since he got out of using drugs in high school. However, when his mom dies, he found the pain easier to manage when he went out to the bars with his friends. He was quickly pressured into drinking and fell back into his old habits, conforming into a life filled with alcohol. Nate is just an example used to show how people become who they are. According to the trait theory, each event in your life leaves you with a different trait, whether it be good or bad. Raymond Cattell used factor analysis to categorize every trait into one of just 16 personality dimensions. In each dimension, you could go one of two ways. The dimensions are abstractedness, apprehension, dominance, emotional stability, liveliness, openness to change, perfectionism, privateness, reasoning, rule consciousness, self-reliance, sensitivity, social boldness, tension, vigilance, and warmth.